Hello students, today we are going to learn Science 2 Chapter 6 Classification of Plants. There are varieties of plants present around us. Plants are very useful for human beings for food, shelter and clothes. See in this picture, you can see the different varieties of plants around us. Some are grown on the ground, we call them grasses, and some are herbs, shrubs, while some are very tall plants. We see the varieties in their color, shape and size. There are also differences in their roots, stem and leaves. Some plants are grown only on the wet places. Some plants are spore bearing and some are seed bearing plants. Before we going further, let's recall the topic which you studied in Standard 8, 5 Kingdom System. You also study the kingdom Monera, Protista and Fungi. And living organisms are classified into prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Eukaryotes means they have a well-defined nucleus. They further classify into unicellular plants, that is Protista, and multicellular organism further classify into with cell wall and without cell wall. With cell wall organisms are again classified into autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs plants means they can produce their own food with the help of chlorophyll pigment and a photosynthesis process. Heterotrophs plants means they cannot produce their own food. That means which are the special cell organelles that different plantae into from the animals. Yes, that's right. That plants having a chlorophyll pigment so that they can produce their own food, while animals do not have chlorophyll pigment and they cannot produce their own food. That is the basic difference between plant and animal cell. Because of some organelles are absent in animals and they are present in plants, so plants can produce their own food. Yes, I know you can recall that because that characters of plants and animals you already studied in 8th standard. So the basic difference is that animals do not have a protecting covering cell wall, while plants having a protecting covering cell wall, and plants have the chlorophyll pigment so they can produce their own food. Very good. You recall it, I know that. See this picture, there is varieties of size and shape and colors of plant which are shown in this picture. So you know that the varieties of plants are present around us. If I put these all plants in front of you and ask you to study them scientifically, what will happen? Yes, that's right. You can get confused. So to study the scientifically, plants have to classify into different groups according to their characters, and that classified group are known as the classification of plant. Each year in 1883, a scientist, that is the botanist, each year classified the kingdom Plantae into two subkingdoms. As a result, two subkingdoms, cryptogams and phanerogams, were considered for the plant classification. Here is the basis of classification. The presence and absence of organs is the first criteria for the classification of plant. The presence or absence of a separate conducting tissue for conduction of water and food is the next consideration for the classification. Do the plant bear seeds? If they do them, whether the seeds are enclosed in the fruit or not. It is also the important criteria for the classification. Finally, the plants are grouped depending upon the number of cotyledon in the cells. So cotyledon means the halves present in the seed. If they consist two halves in the seed, they are known as the dicotyledon. If they consist only one half in the seed, is known as the monocotyledon plant. So it is the basic criteria for the consideration of plant while classify them into different group. So which are the parts of plant? See in this picture, just we consist of parts like a nose, eyes. Plants also having a parts, root, stem. They also have some conducting tissue or not. See, this is the flowering plant. So there are varieties of plants around us. See, if plants having a seed, that is one of the criteria. If they have it, do they possess the seed in the fruits? Also they consider a fruit, root, flowers, and according to that character, the plants are classified into cryptogams and phanerogams, and also gymnosperm and angiosperm. According to cotyledon in the seed, they are classified into monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Moving further, if the plants having flowers, they are known as the flowering plants. Not having flowers, they are known as the non-flowering plants. Please write down these are the important notes. Not having flowers, fruits and seeds, they are known as the cryptogams. Having flowers, fruit, seeds, they are known as the phanerogams. Seeds are enclosed in the fruit, they are known as the gymnosperm. And seeds are not enclosed, that is known as the gymnosperm. And seeds are enclosed, known as the angiosperm. Two cotyledons are present in the seed, that plants are known as the dicotyledonous plants. And one cotyledon plants means they are known as the monocotyledon plants. So these are the classification of higher levels of plants. So these are the open seeded plants. See this type of plants having root stem, but not a prominent type of root, but they are having a root stem. See, this is the picture that is closed seeded, that is angiospermic plants. That seed is enclosed in the fruits. But see, this is the nut, cashew nut. They are having open seeded plant. They are known as the gymnosperms. So also they are known as the naked seeded plants. Gymno means naked and sperms means seeds. So they are having a naked seeded plant, that is known as the gymnospermic plants. So these are the again the classification. So see in this picture you can see the xylem and phloem. These are the conducting tissues. Xylem and phloem are the conducting tissue, conduct the water and nutritive material from roots to all over the parts of plants. If such a conducting tissue present in the plant, they are known as the vascular plant, and if such a conductive tissue do not possess in the plants, they are known as the non-vascular plant. Generally all type of higher level plants consisted.